I'd been in Ortisei for a couple of days, knocking out the big hikes on my list, and everyone said you have to do the Adolf Munkel Trail. So I did it, and while it's worth seeing that panoramic view at least once in your life, here's what I didn't expect. Just a few ridges away, there's another trail that gives you views of the exact same peaks. Plus, sweeping views of Seceda, Alpe di Siusi, and Sassolungo, all in a single hike without having to race between them. So in this episode, I'll show you if the Adolf Munkel is actually worth your time in the Dolomites, what to expect on the trail, where it hits, where it misses, and the hike I'd pick over it every single time. Let's go. First, we gotta give it the street cred it deserves. The Adolf Munkel is one of the most legendary hikes in the Dolomites for a reason. This loop puts you right at the base of some of the most iconic peaks in the area. Most hikes here are gonna give you that mountain skyline from a distance, but here, the mountains don't just frame the view, they are the view. You're so close you can see the layers of rock, the sheer drop of the cliffs, the way the light changes across the face of it every few minutes. The full loop is about 5.9 miles with 1,500 feet of elevation gain. Plan for 3 to 4 hours at a steady pace, but honestly plan for longer. No Dolomites trail is complete without a rifugio stop. And go counterclockwise because you'll take the steepest section out first when you're fresh, and your knees are gonna thank you for the gentler descent. The trail starts from 𝗙𝗪𝗟𝗪, and right away you're moving through a mix of alpine pastures and forest. It's not all instant payoff. This one builds suspense. Then about halfway in, the trees part and the peaks just slam into view. This right here is the famous panorama shot you do this hike for. It's the Dolomiti doing exactly what the Dolomiti are known for. It sounds epic, right? So why wouldn't I tell you to make this your top pick? Let's start with the views. The highlight reel in your head is actually shorter than the actual hike. There's really one big jaw-drop moment. And don't get me wrong, it's a showstopper. Standing there, you're looking straight at the same peaks that, fun fact, form the iconic view from Seceda, just from a different vantage point. It's dramatic, it's iconic, and it makes the climb worth it. But here's the thing, it's one main viewpoint. You're not getting that constant new angle, new drama, new gasp experience that some of the Dolomiti trails dish out every 20 minutes. Then there's the popularity factor. Outside of 𝗙𝗅𝗽𝗪𝗍 and Seceda, this is one of the most popular trails in the Dolomites, which means if you were hoping for a serene alpine escape, you might instead find yourself playing leapfrog with large tour groups, dodging selfie sticks, tuning out someone's Spotify playlist. Please, if you're that person, just wear headphones, and timing your steps so you don't photobomb someone else's moment. Logistics-wise, it's also not the most convenient if you're based in Ortisei. We're talking about a decent drive to get to 𝗙𝗪𝗟𝗪𝗏 and a parking lot that fills up fast in peak season. But it's out in a pocket where you can't just do another hike right after if your time is short. And for me, when you've got trails like Seceda, Alpe di Siusi, and Sassolungo practically outside your door in Ortisei, the idea of driving that far for one main view feels a little less enticing. And the last part for me is personal. I love forest hikes. Anywhere else in the world, give me tall trees, filtered sunlight, and I'm happy. But when I'm in the Dolomites, I'm here for ridgelines, open meadows, and panoramas that stretch for miles. Adolf Munkel spends a good chunk of time in the woods. If you're short on days here, every hour you spend on the trail matters. It's worth doing once, but as you're about to see, there's a trail not far from here that for me delivers a Dolomiti experience on a whole different level. I was maybe on day 3 or 4 in Ortisei, and I was still in that honeymoon phase where every new trail feels like it's competing for the best hike of the trip. That morning, I was riding the Montsuit gondola, just enjoying the climb up, getting ready for a day of e-biking Alpe di Siusi, and my eyes were scanning the other side of the valley looking for my next adventure. And that's when I saw it. This long, flat plateau almost level with the horizon, and a tiny funicular was inching its way up to the top. The landscape looked pretty unassuming from a distance. No jagged skyline, no dramatic ridgeline slicing through the clouds. So I filed it away as a never gonna happen hike. But my curiosity got the best of me. That view I'd written off kept popping back into my head. The more I tried to ignore it, the more it poked at me. Finally, I gave in and I told myself, fine, I'll check it out. Worst case, I'll confirm it's boring and move on. Halfway up the funicular, we cleared the tree line, and there it was. Suddenly, I was eye level with the Sassolungo group, with 𝗙𝗙𝗍𝗍 fading away in the distance down below. By the time the funicular docked, I was hooked. What is this place? Welcome to 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗪. This is the Dolomites cheat sheet, the place that makes the whole landscape click in your mind. From up here, you spot Seceda across the valley. Then there's Alpe di Siusi stretching out like a giant green carpet. And the exact same peaks that make Adolf Munkel famous are right in front of you. You've got a number of trail options, but the one I love to do is 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗀ँ. It's a 6.8 mile round trip with 1,282 feet of elevation gain that veers off to the right once you get off the funicular. It's mostly gentle except for a bit of an incline at the beginning. Perfect for getting your legs under you before you put on some miles here and on other hikes in your trip. Here's why I'm calling this the smarter, sassier sister to Adolf Munkel. First, you get views instantly. Adolf Munkel makes you earn it the hard way. At 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙�ึ that stretch to 4 iconic locations all at once. Second, the Ortisei advantage. 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗀 You can literally finish your cappuccino, wander to the funicular, and be in full Dolomites glory before your foam even settles. On a tight itinerary, this is gold. Third, it's choose your own adventure. Not feeling the full distance? Turn around whenever you want and you'll still feel like you've had a proper mountain day with proper views. Feeling hungry? You can keep going all the way to 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗀 or stop short and cut out some of the elevation, then hike back the opposite direction to 𝗪்րහිჟ or 𝗙𝗍𝗍, where the payoff isn't just the view. It's sausage with creamy polenta drowned in fondue, plus apple strudel made from a recipe older than your great-grandparents. This isn't fuel for the trail. This is a Dolomites dining experience in hiking boots. Fourth, the soundtrack is pure mountain. I've hiked 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪�ึ and snow is still on the surrounding mountains. And also again in September with that late summer golden light. Both times, there was a peace there in the expanse I didn't feel anywhere else. There's just this space to breathe up here. So if you're deciding between the two, here's my take. Adolf Munkel is worth doing once for the bragging rights and the close-up views of those mountains. But 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 I've linked maps to both hikes to both videos below so you can size them up for yourself. And if you want to see exactly how I'd connect these trails into a trip that makes the most out of your time here, watch my 5-day Dolomites itinerary I wish I had next. It's the exact plan I'd give you if we were sitting down over coffee and strudel in 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪.